April brings us to the heart of spring, but we can see a whole lot of different types of weather as we go through this month. Let's look at it by the numbers, starting with the average temperatures that we tend to experience here. Now, as we start off the month, the average lows and highs are in the 40s to upper 60s, but for most of the month, that average high climbs into the 70s, as it is today with our average high of 71. We round out the month at 75 degrees. Those averages climb a bit more slowly because we end up with more moisture in the air, and that kind of limits the temperature spread as we move forward, so it's not as quick of a rise as other months. Now, the hottest temperature we've ever had in the month of April was a whopping 102 degrees back in 1972. The coldest, though, 22 degrees. That happened one day later, but years before that on 1957. And that also corresponded to our biggest April snowfall, where we ended up with 1.7 inches. Now, we do sometimes, if not often, have our last freeze of the year, at least of the season, in April. 42% of them occur in the month of April. Now, when it comes to precipitation, I mentioned we get a lot more moisture, and this results in a higher average rainfall. 4.37 inches is what Tulsa typically sees, but we see quite a range. That wettest month was just about 8 years ago. You might remember 2017 with 10.44 inches of rain, though we've received less than an inch at a time or two. 1989 was our driest month of the year. Now, this year so far, we've been off to quite a wet start with nearly 3 inches of rain, and it made it the second wettest first week of April on record. Of course, dry weather awaits us now, so we'll probably end up leveling out closer to average if this trend holds true. Now, in terms of tornadoes, we know this is getting into severe weather season. The average amount of tornadoes for this whole state is 12, but last year we broke the record with the most number of tornadoes, 54, and we've already had 2 to begin the year. It's usually the second half of April that brings the higher number of tornadoes, as those ingredients tend to come together, especially here at this point in the season. That's a look at what April brings in the Tulsa area.